Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On this splendid early winter morning, on behalf of the entire team of All India Radio, this is Anuja Kumar, along with my fellow commentators, Sanjeev Barua and Manoj Mayankar, and our technical and program team, extending warm greetings to all the listeners on the occasion of the 69th Republic Day of India, and welcome you to Rajpath, which literally means King's Way, the ceremonial boulevard and one of the most important roads of India, which runs through the heart of New Delhi and where the Republic Day parade takes place every year on the 26th of January. It was on this day in 1950 that our constitution was born, making India the sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic that we know it to be today. A nation that is the envy and pride of the world. The Rajpath runs from Rashtrapati Bhavan on our left atop Raisina Hill through Vijay Chowk and India Gate, giving an unhindered view till National Stadium on our right. The avenue is lined up on both sides by huge lawns, canals and luscious fruit trees. We are placed right next, a little left to the flower-bedecked saluting days from where our Honorable President, along with our Vice President, our Prime Minister and all the dignitaries will review the parade, which showcases India's defence capability and its cultural and social heritage. Prior to its commencement, our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi will lead the nation in paying solemn tributes to the martyrs by laying a wreath at the Amar Jawan Jyoti, the flame of immortal soldiers at India Gate, followed by a 2-minute silence in memory of the fallen soldiers. The day is memorable on account of the unprecedented presence of the 10 ASEAN leaders who will be amidst us today as the chief guests to honor the day the Constitution of India came into force. Our fellow commentator Sanjeev is here to share with you the details of the guests of honor for the day. Sanjeev.
Good morning and heartiest greetings to fellow citizens on the joyous occasion of the 69th Republic Day of our nation. It's an honor being here at this special and memorable Republic Day parade and celebrations. Seated, as Anuja told you, right to the left of the saluting dais, and if we are coming down from the Rajpath, from the Rashtrapati Bhavan side, we will be on the right side of Rajpath. And the unique and unprecedented aspect of today's Republic Day parade, as Anuja just told you, is a record-breaking presence of 10 heads of state of the ASEAN countries as guests of honor at this most spectacular pageant, this year's Republic Day. As you know, ASEAN is Association of Southeast Asian Nations comprising 10 nations: Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, the Philippines, Laos, People's Democratic Republic and Brunei. They will be seated at the VIP dais, which is right next to me on my right. And this year, to accommodate them and their accompanying spouses, the dais is nearly 100 feet long, much bigger than the usual one, which is around 45 feet long. And I'll now give you the names of our dignitaries. His Excellency Dato Shri Muhammad Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak, the Prime Minister of Malaysia. His Excellency Lee Hsien Loong, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore. His Excellency Rodrigo Duterte, the President of the Republic of Philippines. His Excellency Joko Widodo, the President of Indonesia, the Republic of Indonesia. His Excellency Hun Sen, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia. Her Excellency Aung San Suu Kyi, State Councillor of Myanmar. His Excellency Pratyut Chan-o-cha, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Thailand. His Excellency Nguyen Xuan Phuc, the Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. His Excellency Dr. Thongloun Sisoulith, the Prime Minister of Laos People's Democratic Republic, and His Majesty Sultan Hassan al Bolkiah, the Prime Minister of Brunei. So that's the lineup of our 10 guests.
And to tell you a little about what's going on right in front of our All India Radio booth here, what we can see, braving the chill cold weather, I can see waves of people coming to this Rajpath, where the lawns today are covered with stands for the people to sit and enjoy the largest and most important parade that marks the Republic Day celebrations in India, showcasing India's defense capability and social heritage. I can see all cheerful faces from our booth here, full of nationalistic pride and enthusiasm, as the whole area is bedecked with colorful, fresh flowers. The saluting base, which is on the right side of us, beautifully done, with a myriad of flowers of different colors, but certainly the three prominent colors of yellow, saffron, white and green, given more prominence, depicting the colors of our national flag. Yellow marigold given a dazzling golden hue to the decor. I can see red roses, the birds of paradise, the other flowers like pansies and the foliage giving the green color to it. And the Rajpath right from Rashtrapati Bhavan to India Gate and beyond, looking beautiful with fluttering tricolour at regular intervals, further telling us the story of our glorious past. Across Rajpath and just opposite the saluting dais stands our national emblem, the lion capital of Ashoka at Sarnath, which is placed on a high pedestal representing a stupa. Our national emblem signifies world peace and unity. It is combined with the national motto Satyamev Jayate. The lion capital was adopted as the national emblem of India on the 26th of January 1950. A declaration of the newly acquired Republic status of India. Carved out of single block of yellow sandstone, featuring 4 Asiatic lions, the 4th lion is hidden from our view, and the floor in front of the Sarnath emblem is a flower-bedecked carpet in which I can see the map of India being made here, and flanked by the national flag colored cloth. It is looking beautiful in front of our eyes.
Definitely, what a sight. And on both sides of this lion capital of Sarnath seated are the combined military band who will be performing the national anthem in a short while from now also. And there are 44 musicians drawn from 3 EME centers and the ASC Center South. And they'll be playing the national anthem, as I said, the Cavalry Brigade and the Army Star Arjuna. And also a bit about the Indo-ASEAN Commemorative Summit that took place last evening. It celebrated 25 years of ASEAN-India dialogue partnership, and the Indian government's Act East policy was showcased in all its splendor. And talking about the Rajpath and the Raisina Hill from where we descend, we move towards the India Gate. And that's where we'll be moving in a short while from now, where the Honorable Prime Minister will pay solemn tributes to the martyrs by laying a wreath at the Amar Jawan Jyoti, the flame of the immortal soldier at India Gate. And we will be bringing you proceedings from there in a short while from now, and I'll hand it over to my colleague Manoj Mayankar.
Thank you, Sanjeev. On the 69th Republic Day, heartiest felicitations once again to Indians across the length and breadth of the country and Indians living across the globe. Heartiest greetings especially to our soldiers posted on our land and maritime borders, and also in the hinterland, who as we speak relentlessly continue guarding the country and our citizens with selfless, arduous zeal. Meanwhile, from our left, a motorcade glides in briskly towards the western tarmac of India Gate. It is a combination of blue vehicles and motorcycles. The principal vehicle, a blue sedan in color, deviates and gradually takes a right turn towards the arch of India Gate and comes to a halt. Alighting from it is Air Chief Marshal B.S. Dhanoa, PVSM, AVSM, YSM, VM, ADC. Amidst all the gaiety and splendor, the awesome display of India's military might, and the vibrant cultural diversity that Rajpath is about to witness, there are some poignant moments too, specifically here at India Gate. It is here that an entire nation led by the Honorable Prime Minister remembers and pays tribute to her heroes, martyrs who lay down their lives fighting for the defense, honor and dignity of their beloved motherland. From our left now, another motorcade glides in briskly towards the western tarmac. It's a combination of white vehicles and motorcycles this time. The principal vehicle, a white sedan, deviates and gradually takes a right turn towards the arch of India Gate and comes to a halt. Alighting from it is Admiral Sunil Lanba, the Chief of Naval Staff. Admiral Sunil Lanba, PVSM, AVSM, VSM, ADC. From a distance now, from our left, I can see another motorcade gliding in briskly towards the western tarmac of India Gate. This now is a combination of black and olive green vehicles. It's a combination of SUVs and motorcycles with a jammer vehicle at the end of the convoy. The principal vehicle, a black SUV, deviates, takes a right turn, comes to a halt, and alighting from it is the Chief of Army Staff, General Bipin Rawat, UISM, AVSM, YSM, SM, VSM. A sandstone edifice of mammoth proportions, India Gate stands tall and imposing, gazing proudly at us, surrounded by a vast backdrop of green lawns, tarmac and gravel surrounding it. Adding dashes of color to this already picture-perfect sight are smartly turned out officers and men of all the three armed forces positioned in and around the gateway. Another motorcade glides in briskly towards the forecourt of India Gate. It's a combination of jeeps, sedans and multicolored motorcycles. The principal vehicle, white in color, comes to a halt, and alighting from it now is the Minister of State for Defence, Dr. Subhash Bhamre. Flanking the eastern semicircle of India Gate is the Inter-Services Guard of Honor, comprising 150 men, led by the overall guard commander, Lieutenant Colonel M. David A. Singh. The army contingent is being led by Major Ramchandra Thapa, the naval contingent by Lieutenant J. Pinto, and the Air Force contingent by squadron leader Sumant Kumar. Another mixed convoy glides in on Rajpath. The principal vehicle, a white sedan with a national tricolour atop its bonnet, takes a right turn and comes to a halt, and alighting from it now is the Honourable Defence Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitaraman. Covering the western semicircle of India Gate are 10 lancers on horseback who belong to the renowned 61st Cavalry, the only surviving horse cavalry in the world today. The inner guard comprises 7 men each from the Army, Navy and Air Force. They are stationed along the inner periphery of India Gate, flanking Amar Jawan Jyoti. It's a resplendent sight. The lancers in their ceremonial winter uniform, dark blue tunics, white breeches, black riding boots, gold kamarband and a gold and blue pagadi, astride a colourful saddle atop their handsome mounts, these bays and greys. And now to give you a sense of the proceedings that will unfold here at India Gate in a short while from now, The Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, will arrive here and on behalf of a grateful nation, pay homage to the martyrs by laying a wreath at Amar Jawan Jyoti. Clearly visible from our commentary booth is Amar Jawan Jyoti, the eternal flame that commemorates the indomitable courage of our armed forces. The Amar Jawan, the immortal soldier, is symbolized by a reversed rifle topped by a helmet. After the Prime Minister lays the wreath, the Guard Commander of the Inter-Services Guard of Honor will give a command to present arms, the Salami Shastra, followed by reversal of arms, Shok Shastra. 6 buglers stationed here will then sound the last post. After the last note of the last post, a 2-minute silence will be observed. The completion of the silence will be marked by the buglers sounding the rouse and the Guard Commander ordering present arms, the Salami Shastra. Following that, the Prime Ministerial motorcade will encircle India Gate anti-clockwise and head towards the saluting base. This day reminds us of the immortal words of the first President of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Quote, "We must rededicate ourselves on this day to the peaceful but sure realization of the dream that had inspired the father of our nation and the other captains and soldiers of our freedom struggle. The dream of establishing a classless, cooperative, free and happy society in this country." Unquote. From our commentator's booth, if you crane your neck and look along the length of Rajpath as far as the eye can see, and around India Gate now, visible is a sea of humanity that has descended on the lawns on either side. These eager men, women and children have been braving the early morning chill, walking for miles, pouring in steadily from 4 or 5 in the morning, keen to get the best position to watch proceedings. This is enthusiasm that emanates from a sincere patriotic fervor and a deep sense of respect for martyrs. It's their way of paying homage to the immortal soldier. The vagaries of weather have not been able to dampen any of this spirit of enthusiasm. The crowds have kept swelling till just about 10 or 15 minutes ago. The majestic India Gate, standing tall in front of us, was built as a memorial to commemorate the 70,000 Indian soldiers who laid down their lives in World War I, in the Northwest Frontier Operations and the Third Afghan War in 1919. Their names are inscribed on the outer walls. The foundation stone of the All India War Memorial Arch, as it was known then, was laid by the Duke of Connaught in February 1921. Designed by Edwin Lutyens, it was declared by Lord Irwin as the Victory of India in February 1931. This colossal structure is almost 140 feet high, with sculpted panels of stonework relief and a dentilled cornice, dividing the huge central arch from the massive masonry of the attic above. This is boldly inscribed with the word India. In 1972, the eternal flame Amar Jawan Jyoti was added as another memorial to the unknown soldier, many a man who laid down his life in the 1971 war, as also to commemorate 25 years of Indian independence. The beautifully lit up India Gate provides a memorable background in the evening. Even in daylight, the stretch between India Gate and Rashtrapati Bhavan forms a splendid vista. Inscribed also on the top of India Gate is the line of dedication to the dead of the Indian armies who fell and are honoured in France and Flanders, Mesopotamia and Persia, East Africa, Gallipoli and elsewhere, in the near and the far east, and in sacred memory also of those whose names are here recorded and who fell in India on the northwest frontier and during the Third Afghan War. And now from the left end one can see the pilot vehicle leading the other vehicles of the Prime Minister's motorcade emerge briskly on the tarmac of Rajpath. What a picture-perfect sight this is. Fully visible now. is the grand motorcade, gliding regally like a shoal of dolphins, swimming in a calm ocean at leisurely ease. The entourage, a combination of black sedans and SUVs, with their jammers aloft in rapt attention, are now approaching the western forecourt of India Gate. From high up here, it is a picture of perfectly synchronized harmony. The gleaming metallic black vehicles presenting a melodious visual symphony which is about to unfold its first movement. And with elegant precision, the principal vehicle has come to a halt, and alighting from it now, amidst cheers from people present here, is the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, dressed in a spotless white pajama, a cream kurta, a dark grey waistcoat, and a pagadi, which is a combination of green, red and orange, and now accompanied with the Minister of State of Defence, the Defence Minister and the three chiefs. In a slow march, the Honourable Prime Minister now approaches Amar Jawan Jyoti. Amar Jawan Jyoti, the eternal flame, the tribute to the immortal soldier, is a compelling reminder to all of us of the noblest of all virtues, that is patriotism. After the 2 minute silence following the last post, the rouse was sounded. The rouse is traditionally the lively trumpet or bugle call to signal soldiers that it is time to rise and prepare for a new day. In a deeper context, it signifies that life goes on anew, irrespective of the circumstances, giving hope and strength to prepare one and all to face new challenges as life has to go on. Whereas the last post is a bugle call used at military ceremonies commemorating those who have fallen in war. The Honorable Prime Minister now, in a short while from now, will inscribe his signatures on the visitor's book, and following that, his entourage will encircle India Gate in an anti-clockwise manner, and then it will head towards the saluting base. The Honorable Prime Minister now, having inscribed his signatures on the visitor's book, is now shaking hands with the dignitaries who received him. He's now shaking hands with military officers present here, one by one, and is now heading towards the principal vehicle of the Prime Ministerial motorcade. This is a beautiful sight. The western forecourt of India Gate has been beautifully decorated with a vast and varied mosaic of flowers, lending a dazzling, colourful look to the base of the sandstone colossum. Prominently visible even from a distance of 100 feet are neatly aligned rows and columns of saffron, pink, red, magenta, yellow and white in a backdrop of green foliage. And now, as the Prime Ministerial motorcade begins to encircle India Gate anti-clockwise, on behalf of a grateful nation, paying homage to the immortal soldier, this poignant moment reminds us of a poet's interpretation of a fallen soldier's last wish on the battlefield. Bidding adieu to this beautiful world, I'm leaving on a long, long journey. Don't you let tears roll down, my friends, even when you no longer see me. With my speech breaking into fragments, I last extend you my shaking hand. Promise me one last time, my countrymen, that you deeply love our motherland. May I anoint my blood-stained forehead with the sacred dust a handful. Please turn me slightly closer. I'll kiss Mother India and be grateful. May I have one final look at our tricolour fluttering high. Please sing for me once and for all our national anthem before I say goodbye. Who knows where I'm headed to, whether I'll ever be able to return, or am I destined to be honoured with the supreme gift of being immortal? Dreaming of a safe, secure, smiling India, I approached the finish line in this race. Do abide by with what my last breath says. Don't you stop by for me, my friends. March ahead, march ahead. And as the last vehicle of the Prime Minister's motorcade crosses the last lamppost to our left, we take you back to the saluting base for an eyewitness account of the grand parade and the cultural pageant about to unfold on Rajpath. It's over to Sanjeev and Anuja.
Thank you very much, Manoj, for giving us the live account of the solemn ceremony of paying homage to the immortal soldiers at the Amar Jawan Jyoti by our Honorable Prime Minister. And now back here at the saluting base, we see many other ministers coming in and taking their seat. Some of the faces can be spotted, like Sushma Swaraj, Smriti Irani, JP Nadda and all. And in the meantime, we see the Air Chief Marshal. Also, he has arrived at the base, followed by the Naval Chief Admiral Sunil Lamba, and among the others who are also seen arriving are the other leaders, prominent political leaders here. And now it's the turn of the Army Chief, General Bipin Rawat, to arrive. And just behind, following that, I can see the motorcade of the Prime Minister also slowly to join in.
Yes, other dignitaries have started stepping in. I can see the Defence Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharam, now taking her position along with the three Army Chiefs and the Secretary of Defence. And now the motorcade slowly moving towards the alighting area. A ceremonial march by soldiers has moved to both sides of the entrance of the saluting dais, and as per protocol, several of bodyguards walking alongside the vehicle in which the Prime Minister has arrived at the venue. Standing very close to the vehicle is the Honorable Defence Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharam, who is awaiting to welcome the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has now stepped out of the vehicle to the cheers of the crowd, wearing a lovely saffron green tinged pagri, a black Nehru coat and off-white kurta and white churidars. He's now shaking hands with the defense head chiefs and the secretary now, and he's again moving towards the Rajpath, awaiting here to welcome the other guests that will be slowly moving in. Now he is waving to the crowds to the right and left, and they seem to just go crazy with any wave and start cheering him on. He looks splendid in that turban with a long tail that hangs till almost below his knees, and that's of a darker color.
All of them awaiting to receive the Vice President Sri Venkaiah Naidu. And here comes another motorcade from which we will soon be seeing the Vice President coming out.
The Vice President of the nation,
the Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi all set a step forward to receive our Vice President, and here opens the door of the vehicle. And the Vice President, our Honorable Vice President Sri Venkaiah Naidu, along with his wife, being received by Sri Narendra Modi and directed towards, escorted towards the saluting dais.
Indeed, a grand opening moments here as the Vice President greets the other dignitaries awaiting for his, and he's now climbing up to be seated at the VIP dais area. It's a lovely day here, and the crowds braving the cold, obviously, all packed in woolies and caps. Though let's hope that in a few hours or in an hour or two the sun will also come shining out, and it might be an even better spectacle here at the Rajpath, where in a short while from now, after the dignitaries have arrived and the President has arrived, the pageant will take place. In the meanwhile, the Prime Minister waiting for the arrival of the dignitaries, whom I can see now from the far left, the first motorcade arriving. In front is a big wagon in light grey color, and behind him a black sedan with the flags on either side, slowly moving towards the alighting area, and the Prime Minister moving up a little ahead to greet the guest of honor at the 69th Republic Day.
We are deeply honored to welcome
Yes, very soon all the 10 heads of the ASEAN countries will be arriving one after the other. And
So that is His Excellency Dr. Thonglong Sisulit, the Prime Minister of the Lao People's Democratic Republic, grandly dressed in a lovely black suit and wearing a red dupatta.
and
He
as
shakes hand now with the Defense Minister and the Defense Secretary, and we now await the next guest, who is also slowly, his motorcade has started moving and is visible to us from the left.
yes, Sanjeev, the sedan now slowly coming towards the alighting area, and the Prime Minister still there to receive the other guests. The vehicle slowing down here. All of us eagerly waiting for the next chief guest to come out of that vehicle.
Yes, that is our second chief guest, His Excellency Nguyen Xuan Phuc, the Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. India-Vietnam celebrated 2017 as a year of friendship, commemorating the 45th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations. The crowds now waving as
India and Vietnam celebrated 2017 as the year of
the Prime Minister of Lao PDR took his seat at the VIP dais, and the Prime Minister now shaking hands with the wife of Nguyen Xuan Phuc, His Excellency, and they, after shaking hands with the Defense Minister, the Defense Secretary, and the chiefs of the Defense Forces, the Prime Minister waiting for the next guest.
And here comes our third chief guest of the day. Her car, the car slowly stopping at the alighting area, and Prime Minister and all of us eagerly waiting for the chief guest to come out. The door opens, and the third chief guest is Her Excellency Daw Aung San Suu Kyi, the State Councillor of Myanmar. She is also the president of the ruling party, National League for Democracy. Her Excellency Daw Aung San Suu Kyi has dedicated much of her life to bringing democracy and dignity to the citizens of Myanmar. Here she comes forward, shaking hands with all the three chiefs of the defense services, and slowly ascending the stairs now to take her seat on the saluting dais.
It's definitely a landmark, an unprecedented event when we are having the leaders of 10 ASEAN countries with so much commonality, especially common cultural links between India and Southeast Asia, and Ramayan being one of them. The ICCR organized a week-long 10 ASEAN countries performance of this event.
Our fourth chief guest is already here, His Excellency General Prayut Chan-o-cha, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Thailand. His Excellency General Chan-o-cha is also the head of the National Council for Peace and Order. Under his administration, Thailand has seen peace with a focus on people's welfare and economic development. He comes out with his spouse, shaking hands with the defense chiefs as well as the defense secretary, our defense minister. India's Act East policy complements the Look West policy of Thailand and has provided the basis for a substantive elevation of bilateral relations.
And now alighting is His Excellency Dato Sri Mohammad Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak, the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Now shaking hands with the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He is walking in with his wife draped in a light brown shawl, and she's also holding
Over the years, India-Malaysia relations have become multidimensional in nature and now encompass defense, security, counter-terrorism, economic ties, investment relations, education and healthcare, to name a few. And here comes our sixth chief guest, His Excellency Lee Hsien Loong, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore. Mr. Lee has been the Prime Minister of Singapore since 2004 and is also the Secretary General of the People's Action Party. India-Singapore ties have strategic, political, economic and cultural dimensions. Our robust bilateral relationship was elevated during the visit of our Prime Minister Modi to Singapore in November 2015, where a joint declaration on a strategic partnership was signed in the light of the 50th anniversary of formal Singapore-India diplomatic relations.
Elegantly dressed in their red stole, which everyone seems to have been gifted and requested to be wearing on this grand occasion, and they have moved up and are sitting at the saluting dais, which is, as I told, is surrounded by bulletproof glass. And the next guest has now arrived. This is the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, His Excellency Hun Sen. Hun Sen has been in power since 1985 and is one of the longest-serving prime ministers in the world. He was presented with the World Peace Award by the World Peace Academy for his invaluable work in 1996. The Prime Minister welcoming him, and he's now being escorted towards the waiting Defense Minister, who's now shaking hands with him, followed by the Defense Secretary and the three Chiefs of Staff.
India and Cambodia have an age-old friendship based on our shared cultural and civilizational linkages. We have expanded our cooperation in diverse fields such as institutional capacity building, human resource development, and extension of financial assistance in infrastructure projects, security and defense. And here arrives our eighth chief guest, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the President of the Republic of the Philippines. His Excellency Mr. Duterte, during his tenure as Mayor of Davao for more than 2 decades, was greatly praised for significantly transforming Davao into one of the most peaceful cities in the Philippines.
And as our guests reach towards the saluting dais, they are greeting the people around sitting, and they are waving to them enthusiastically. It's indeed a heartwarming sight here that India has put up this display and invited so many heads of nations who seem to be very happy to be here
And
with
with
India
that,
celebrating.
And with that, we look forward to receiving the ninth chief guest of the day, His Excellency Joko Widodo. Here he comes out of the vehicle. He's the President of the Republic of Indonesia. He is most notably known for his extraordinary efforts in reducing crime and attracting foreign tourists. The state visit of President Joko Widodo to India in December 2016 re-energized the overall bilateral cooperation agenda and elevated our strategic engagement that spans across defense, security, investments, science and technology, education, capacity building and renewed cultural bonding.
Joko Widodo now seen with his wife shaking hands with the defense chiefs as he will be proceeding towards the saluting base and taking his seat there. And finally, our last guest, the 10th chief guest, is His Majesty Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, and he is the Prime Minister of Brunei Darussalam.
India and Brunei have had political and cultural contacts over around 1,000 years. Established in 1984, our political relationship has become one of closeness and friendship. The car slows down here. The Prime Minister stepping a little forward to receive him. And here comes out His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah Muzaijaddin Wadaullah. The ASEAN-India partnership focuses on peace, progress and shared prosperity for the people of the region. Together, ASEAN and India have contributed to regional growth and stability. That brings us to the end of the 10 chief guests from the ASEAN countries, and all eyes are set now towards the left to receive the President, who is soon to arrive here.
And the Prime Minister is still waiting. And at this point, I'd like to tell you that the main awards have been announced, and the 3 Padma Vibhushans go to persons from the field of arts and music. Shri Ilayaraja will be receiving the award, as well as Shri Ghulam Mustafa and Parameshwaram in the field of literature and education.
And as the President will arrive, then he will be unfurling the national flag, and then the national anthem and the 21-gun salute will be given. And after that, the Ashok Chakra will be given to Corporal Jyoti Prakash Nirala, Indian Air Force Security, who on 18th November 2000, there we can see the crowd cheering to the Prime Minister, waving towards him in all excitement. And the Republic Day parade after that will unfold to show the strength of our nation, reminding us of the valor and sacrifice of our heroes, whose motto always has been, "For your today, we gave our tomorrow."
And towards my far left, I can see the arrival of the President of India, Honorable Shri Ram Nath Kovind. His motorcade moving slowly towards the dais. And here I'd also like to tell you that it's a lovely sight here. The flower-bedecked line of Sarnath, which is just opposite the saluting dais, and the joint combined bands of the armed forces, all standing in attention to be performing soon. The bands are going to be playing under the overall coordination of Major Girish Kumar and Major Ashok Kumar. Meanwhile, in front of us, all the stands have been filled, and a lot of the ministers have taken their seats, some with their families and some who are alone. And with each arrival, there's a big flutter of excitement in the crowd who wants to rush to take pictures with them. Overall, a very festive atmosphere at the Rajpath and close to the saluting dais. And here arrives the President. To the strains of Swagatam. And before the arrival of the President are some of his family members. A family member has alighted, and she is doing namaste and being greeted by the Defence Forces, and ADC escorting her to the VIP dais.
And at the background, the popular song Swagatam Shubh Swagatam, composed by sitar maestro Pandit Ravi Shankar and written by late Pandit Narendra Sharma in the year 1982 for the Asiad Games held here in Delhi. And since then it has been played every year when the President is to arrive. And towards the left, as I'm craning my neck to see the President's bodyguards, yes, escorted by the 46 bodyguards on magnificent bay and dark bay colored mounts. Raised in 1773, the President's Bodyguard is the oldest and senior-most regiment of the Indian Army. On the right of the President's car will be the Commandant of the regiment, Colonel Gomanda Dhira Chengappa on his mount Virat. And on the left is the second in command of the regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Dhananjay Harsh Dravid on his charger Vikrant. The ceremonial escort has two divisions. Risaldar Major and Honorary Lieutenant Gokul Singh Astraid Gadgor is leading the division ahead of the President, and Trumpeter on his grey steed Aryan is following the President.
Another 46 bodyguards mounted on their horses is standing facing the saluting dais as the President, the door of his magnificent limousine has opened and he steps out wearing a Kulu cap and now being greeted by the Prime Minister, who's heartily shaking his hand and showing him along the red carpet towards the saluting base area. But before that will be the flag hoisting ceremony and the national anthem in a short while from now. President's motorcade has now moved on and flanked by the ADCs. As Anuja had told you that they are Honorary Lieutenant Gokul Singh and the President's bodyguard now awaiting and standing in honor as the President is started walking up the VIP dais along with the Prime Minister, who is the Honorable Prime Minister, who is on his right. They slowly climb the stairs to the VIP dais.
And following him, the Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and the three defence chiefs, all of them alighting the dais there.
The President's bodyguard all ceremonially dressed in reds, giving a beautiful sight here, and as the President waves to the crowd right in front of us, they wave back with a roar of cheer.
In some interesting facts, the President's bodyguard is unique and distinct amongst all regiments, not only in India but also in the whole world. The personnel of the regiment are handpicked, all of them at least 6 feet tall. Besides performing ceremonial duties for the President, the officers and men of the bodyguards are trained horsemen, paratroopers and tankmen. The regiment has seen action at Chushul in 1962, in the Western Theatre in 1965 and in Operation Pavan, Sri Lanka in 1988.
The 21-gun salute now, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel C. Sandeep.
The nation will now confer awards to its soldiers for gallantry in Ashok Chakra.
कारपोरेट ज्योति प्रकाश निराला भारतीय वायुसेना सुरक्षा नंबरान
The Ashok Chakra is India's highest peacetime military decoration awarded for valor, courageous action or self-sacrifice away from the battlefield. It is the peacetime equivalent of the Paramveer Chakra.
The recipients receiving it on behalf of the martyred soldiers now walking up, being escorted up the dais. Very touching moment when a silence descends upon the entire place, and now visible to us as they are entering, being led by an officer of the Indian Air Force who is rather behind them, and he's slowly marching as they are nearing the President. And will be conferred this
कारपोरल ज्योति प्रकाश निराला एक विशेष गरुड़ बल यूनिट की तैनात नफरी पर थे जो जम्मू कश्मीर में विद्रोह गतिविधियों के खिलाफ ऑपरेशन रक्षक के तहत राष्ट्रीय राइफल बटालियन के साथ सक्रिय कार्रवाई से जुड़ा था। 18 नवंबर 2017 को विशिष्ट तकनीकी आसूचना के आधार पर चंदरगेर गांव में संयुक्त रूप से एक धावा बोला गया। कारपोरल निराला ने असाधारण साहस और सटीक युद्ध कौशल का प्रयोग करते हुए आतंकवादियों के निकल भागने की सभी संभावनाओं को खत्म कर दिया। तभी संदिग्ध मकान में छिपे 6 आतंकवादी दल पर गोलीबारी करते और हथगोला फेंकते हुए बाहर की ओर भागे। अपनी जान की बिल्कुल भी परवाह न करते हुए तथा अदम्य साहस का प्रदर्शन करते हुए कारपोरल निराला ने 2 खूंखार आतंकवादियों को मार गिराया तथा 2 अन्य को घायल कर दिया। गंभीर रूप से घायल हो जाने के बावजूद उन्होंने जवाबी गोलीबारी जारी रखी, जिसमें सभी 6 खूंखार आतंकवादियों को मार गिराया गया। बाद में गोलियों की घातक चोट से वे वीर गति को प्राप्त हो गए। कारपोरल ज्योति प्रकाश निराला ने आतंकवादियों के साथ लड़ने में असाधारण वीरता का प्रदर्शन करते हुए अपने जीवन का सर्वोच्च बलिदान दिया। कारपोरल ज्योति प्रकाश निराला की पत्नी श्रीमती सुषमा नंद, साथ में है उनकी माताजी श्रीमती मालती देवी।
The mother and sister of Corporal Nirala receiving the award, conferred by the President, who now bows to them with folded hands.
And after this poignant moment,
do not stand at my grave
very
and weep.
soon,
I am not there. I do not sleep.
very soon,
I am
unfolding
the
in
birds
front
that
of our
sing.
eyes,
I am in each lovely thing. Do not
will
stand
be
and
a
cry.
spectacle which will
I
fill
am
our
not
hearts
there.
with pride.
I do not die.
The Republic Day parade
Grateful
about
nation
to
has conferred
unfold
awards
will
to
show us
soldiers
the
for
strength
gallantry
of our nation,
in
will
service
remind
of the
us
nation.
of the valor and
We
sacrifice of our
salute them.
heroes.
These
It will
were the
show us the
heroes who
zeal
made
and
us proud
enthusiasm,
with
as
their
I said,
courage and devotion
the
to
vast
duty.
diversity and
We
uniqueness
salute
of
the brave
cultures
science
from
who bore the
various
pride of place
parts
in
of our
hearts.
great
We
nation
bow,
will very soon dazzle our eyes,
never a
arousing
wish too great,
admiration,
nor
awe
ever a
and
prize too high.
respect.
And to my
Nation's
left now
edifice
is
this
a
day resolved to do or
bedecked
die.
jeep in
In
which
history's distinguished
we are
stages we will play.
seeing the parade
Help
commander
build a strong
heralding
nation
this year's
every single
parade.
day.
Parade
We are the
Commander
nation. We are
Lieutenant
the
General
force.
Asit
We are the
Mistry,
strength.
who is
We
Ati
change
Vishish
history.
Seva Medal, Sena
gentlemen,
Medal,
look towards the
Vishish
northward.
Seva Medal,
Arriving
General Officer
from the
commanding
there's the parade
Headquarters
commander,
Delhi
Lieutenant
area,
General Asit
and
Mistry,
his
Ati
open
Vishish Seva
jeep
Medal,
on
Sena
which he
Medal,
stands
Vishish Seva Medal, General
proud
commanding Delhi
and
area.
erect,
An alumnus of the
coming
National Defence Academy,
close
Lieutenant
to
General Asit
the
Mistry was
saluting
commissioned
base,
to the 12th Battalion
driven
South Light
by
Infantry.
a
He did his schooling at
soldier
the school Balachat,
wearing
Gujarat.
his
He is
green
commanded
army
in the
uniform
Battalion Siachen
with
Glacier,
white gloves
Brigade in Upper
and
Assam,
red
in
plumes
active
in his
government service and
green
environment, and in Rashtrawan
red
Force
border
of Kashmir.
turban.
General Mistry has a rich experience of UN peacekeeping. He has been a UN military observer in Liberia in 1996-97 and the Deputy Force Commander in UNMISS from December 2011 to March 2014 in extremely hostile and challenging environment.
And he saluted the President as he has just moved down from the saluting days, and we can see the parade second in command now following. Major General Rajpal Punia, Youth Seva Medal, Chief of Staff Headquarters of the Delhi area.
He was awarded the prestigious Youth Seva Medal during OP Kukri while commanding a company as a part of 5x8 Gorkha Rifles in a United Nations peacekeeping operation in West Africa. He has attended the Defence Services Staff College at Wellington. He has commanded a mountain brigade in Arunachal Pradesh, and there his jeep gliding slowly towards the saluting days, looking towards his right and saluting the President, the Vice President, the Prime Minister and the dignitaries sitting on the saluting days.
And now the three jeeps that are arriving next to each other are the Paramveer Chakra winners of the highest gallantry awards. They are Subedar Major Honorary Captain Bana Singh PVC retired, Subedar Yogendra Singh Yadav PVC 18 Grenadiers, and Naib Subedar Sanjay Kumar PVC 13 JAK rifles. And they have just saluting the President as they pass by the VIP Days area to the cheers of the crowd, and following close to them is the Ashok Chakra.
The first contingent coming in front of you is...
Yes, we'll go on with Major General Cyrus A. Pitawala, Lieutenant Colonel Jasram Singh, Lieutenant Colonel D. Sri Ram Kumar, Naib Subedar Shering Mutub, Shri Govind Singh of District Chhatarpur and Shri Bhure Lal of District Guna, saluting as they have moved down the VIP Days area.
And here comes the first contingent coming in front of us, bearing the ASEAN and the 10 ASEAN countries' flags. The flags are being carried by the contingent of Rajputana Rifles Regiment of the Indian Army, led by Subedar Adu Ram Jangu of 2 Rajputana Rifles.
Beautiful for sight, being led by the ASEAN flag and followed by 10 soldiers holding the 10 nation flags.
And just following that, we can hear the band marching smartly in front of us now. The Indian Army Band, drawn from 39 Gorkha Training Center.
And famous tune Colonel Boogie.
Towards the left again, we see the army mounted columns. The first contingent, smartly mounted on horses, is marching towards the saluting days. It is the 61st Cavalry led by Captain Dipanshu Shoran, attired in the uniform of the erstwhile Gwalior Lancers. We can hear the band music now. The regiment has won 39 battle honours and has been awarded with 1 Padma Shri, 1 Sarvottam Jeevan Rakshak Padak, 10 Arjuna Awards, 5 Vishisht Seva Medals, 47 Chief of Army Staff Commendation Cards, 1 Chief of Naval Staff Commendation Card, and the list is unending.
And the motto of theirs is Ashva Shakti Yashobal, meaning horsepower is forever supreme. And we now move to the mechanized columns. The tank T-90 Bhishma is slowly approaching us. This is led by Captain Sandeep Vashisht of the 19th Armored Regiment. This is a highly versatile armored fighting vehicle fitted with thermal imaging system, NBC protection system and fire control system. Functions on the hunter-killer concept, which it looks like. And now the tank points towards the saluting base as it is passing with its pointer loading towards the saluting base, and Captain Sandeep Vashisht saluting as he moves on. The motto of the regiment is knowledge, humility and valor.
Slowly coming forward in front of our eyes is the next contingent of Infantry Combat Vehicle BMP-2 of 12 guards. Captain Arpit Upadhyay is the column commander. BMP-2 is fitted with 30 mm automatic gun and 7.62 mm PKT. It has been upgraded with TIM sights which make it capable of destroying enemy targets by night up to 4,000 meters away. The color in sand and military green to camouflage during the war times. The motto of the regiment is Pehla Hamesha Pehla. Right now they are saluting to the dignitaries on the saluting days.
And here is a majestic display of the BrahMos missile system of 881 Missile Regiment led by Captain Meghraj Yadav. This is the only supersonic cruise missile presently available in the world and can engage targets up to a range of 290 kilometers per hour, traveling at the speed of 2.8 Mach. This is a joint venture between India and Russia. The motto of the regiment, Sarvatra Izzat O Iqbal.
And now the next detachment is of weapon locating radar Swati, indigenous radar jointly designed and developed by Electronics and Radar Development Establishment, DRDO and Bharat Electronics Limited, Bangalore. It is led by Major Sagar Kulkarni of 204 SATA battery. The battery was raised on 1st of March 1966. They are just in front of the saluting days now. The Major leading it, Sagar Kulkarni, saluting to the dignitaries at the saluting days.
To the motto of the battery being Sada Tayyar. And now it's a bridge-laying tank T-72, an amazing looking thing, which is led by Major Shachu Chandrasekharan, a Sena Medal of the 119 Assault Engineer Regiment. The amazing thing about this bridge-laying tank is that it's capable of launching the bridge within an extremely short time of 3 to 5 minutes and retrieves the launched bridge within 5 to 8 minutes, both in closed and open hatch positions.
Following closely by is the next detachment, the mobile-based transceiver station of Corps of Signals. It is led by Captain Vivek Sherawat of 21 Signal Group. This is used to provide secure cellular communication in far-off regions where there are no means of communication. It is based on third generation code division multiple access technology. And the motto of the Corps of Signals is Tivra Chaukas. The first detachment is the Akash weapon system. Following this, I beg your pardon, the next system is the troop label radar.
And that's being closely followed by the Akash weapon system. This is the first indigenously developed air defense system capable of firing short-range surface-to-air missile. The motto of the Corps is Akashe Shatrun Jahi. The missile in white with tips in green, and the truck itself painted in camouflage colors of light green, olive green and brown. Now slowly marching, rather rolling down the Rajpath by the saluting days.
And by the time we wait for the first marching contingent to arrive here, let me tell you some fun facts about the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution holds the record of having the world's longest constitution with 448 articles, 12 schedules in total. Now that's a lot of writing, of course. And our constitution has the best aspects of the constitution of other countries as well. Liberty, equality and fraternity was adopted from the French constitution. while the 5-year plan came from the USSR Constitution. The directive principles were taken from Ireland and the fundamental rights were adopted from American Constitution.
Rajpath is chock-a-block, a sea of humanity, men, women and children who must have walked a lot to reach the venue well in time, and some of them as early as 5 in the morning when it was still dark, and a lot of fog there, though the fog now has cleared and it's a bright day. Cannot say that it's sunny yet, as the first marching contingents are visible to us now. Amazingly well turned out men from the Punjab regiment. They are wearing green shirts with black trousers and white anklets, digging their heels, swinging their arms, with rifles on their right, wearing green turbans which is striped in white and green, and now they're approaching the saluting days.
They are right in front of the saluting days now, looking towards their right.
Led by Lieutenant Ravikant Sharma of 15 Punjab. The motto of the regiment is land or sea, and war cry Jo Bole Sonihar Sat Sri Akal.
And next we can see the combined band of Para Regimental Centre and Madras Regimental Centre, comprising 66 musicians. Led by Subedar Uma Kumar and Naib Subedar Rajinder Singh, the band is playing the tune Atulya Bharat.
Truly wonderful, you know, the trombones, the cymbals, the two bass drums, the clarinets, all marching down. The center 2 rows wearing the red coats, and the 2 on the sides all wearing green with white belts. A wonderful sight as they have passed the saluting days, and the next band, the marching contingent, is the Maratha Light Infantry, led by Captain Robin Abraham of the 11th Maratha Light Infantry. The regimental motto is Kartavya, Maan aur Sahas, and the war cry is Shri Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Wearing wonderful green shirts, black trousers, white anklets and red turbans with green in the center.
And the next smartly marching contingent is the Dogra Regiment, led by Captain Jitendra Punia of 19th Battalion of the Dogra Regiment. The regiment won 2 Victoria Cross before independence, and post-independence it has been awarded 11 battle honours. Smartly dressed in khaki shirt and black trousers, white anklets, their arms swinging, and the rifles tucked in the right arms.
The motto of the regiment is Kartavya Anna Va Atma. Now the combined band of the Maratha Light Infantry Regiment Centre and Rajputana Rifles Regiment Centre. The band is playing the tune Bharat Mahan.
The band, consisting of wind and percussion instruments, the drum beats are used to synchronize the march of the soldiers, and all the steps are synchronized to the music, moving forward towards the India Gate.
The Ladakh Scouts are coming up next with smart hats which are tipped to their right, and olive green shirts, dark green trousers, black anklets and boots, marching on. A wonderful sight here at the Rajpath. The synchronicity is amazing. What a sight. And the audience spellbound.
And the regiment is also known as Snow Warriors. The war cry of the regiment is Tiki So So Larialo, means victory to God. And the next marching contingent is the Regiment of Artillery, which is being led by Captain Ishan Shinghal of 311 Medium Regiment. The Regiment of Artillery is the second largest arm of the Indian Army and comprises medium, field, light and SATA units based on the equipment configuration. The motto of the regiment is Sarvatra Izzat O Iqbal, which means gunners stand everywhere with pride and glory. Just marching in front of the saluting days, they are moving forward.
Closely following them is the combined band of the Rajput Regimental Centre and Assam Regimental Centre, comprising 66 musicians led by Subedar Major S.K. Sharma and Naib Subedar Kailash Chand.
The band music really instills a sense of pride and motivating men to accomplish deeds of excellence. And the next smartly marching contingent is the 123 Infantry Battalion of the Territorial Army, Grenadiers, led by Lieutenant Amit Kumar Sharma. They're right in front of the saluting days.
Beautiful black turbans with white pom-poms, lovely sight with a red color diagonally worn cloth from the shoulder to the waist. And coming up next is the first ex-serviceman tableau. This is the theme, Veterans and Asset to the Nation. The tableau portrays the contribution of veterans in all spheres and pays tribute to their most prominent veterans like Marshal of the Air Force Ajit Singh DFC, Field Marshal Manekshaw and Field Marshal Cariappa of the Indian Army. Veterans and asset to the nation.
Certainly, Sanjeev, veterans are today adding to the nation's might in the fields of agriculture, medical and healthcare, education and youth development and most of the spheres. And the tableau is portraying all of it.
The Naval Brass Band playing the captivating tune Jai Bharti. The brass band of the Indian Navy consisting of 81 personnel dressed in black with white peacaps. Incidentally, the bandmaster is Ramesh Chandra Katoj, and he has been participating in the Republic Day Parade for the 29th successive year. He deserves a big hand and is leading the band for the 21st time.
And next following them is the Indian Navy Combat Ready Force for National Security. In keeping with the Indian Navy's theme for the year 2017, Indian Navy Combat Ready Force for National Security, they are marching towards the saluting days. And looking towards the right, marching forward to India Gate and giving way to the Indian Naval Tableau.
Combat Ready Force for National Security. The Indian Navy's theme for the year 2017, Indian Navy Combat Ready Force for National Security. The strong forearm with a commando knife emerging out of the sea is indicative of the powerful force and cutting-edge technology being utilized by the Indian Navy. There's also the model of the indigenous aircraft carrier Vikrant, and additionally the MiG-29K fighter and aircraft taking off from the aircraft carrier depicts the enhanced strike capability of the Indian Navy. And also playing are videos and photographs depicting the combat activities of the Indian Navy.
And closely following this tableau is another marching contingent in lighter shade of blue, led by squadron leader Atal Singh Sekhon. leading the 144-strong contingent from the Indian Air Force. These smartly dressed Air Force warriors are in light blue shirts, dark blue trousers, white anklets, marching smartly
Following closely,
through the saluting days towards the India Gate. The air warriors are marching with rifles in Bagal Shastra, while the pistols of the officers are secured in their holsters.
And the Air Force band following close up with 72 musicians, with at least 6 bass drums beating, and they play the tune Sound Barrier.
There on the left side we can see the Indian Air Force encouraging indigenization, the Air Force tableau coming up next. The tableau has been designed to depict the theme Indian Air Force encouraging indigenization. It showcases the scaled down models of the aircraft, radar and missile system which have been indigenously designed and manufactured.
3 women officers, Flight Lieutenant Chanda, Flight Lieutenant Aditi Bali and Flight Lieutenant Amardeep Kaur, stand tall and proud as part of the tableau. And coming up is the DRDO's Nirbhay missile. A highlight of this year's parade. This is led by Captain Kunal Kumar of the 196 Medium Regiment. The Nirbhay missile has been indigenously developed long-range subsonic cruise missile by DRDO and has capability to fly at a very low altitude to evade radar detection. Again, the truck painted in colors of the camouflage with the Nirbhay missile firmly caged in grey.
DRDO has made the country really proud by placing India amongst the select few countries in the world to have developed the indigenous cruise missile technology. And the next equipment coming in front of us is the Ashwini radar led by squadron leader Dakshesh Chauhan. The DRDO developed low-level transport radar. Ashwini is a multi-function rotating 4D active phased array radar with the electronic steering in both azimuth and elevation. It has an integrated IFF Mark 12S system. This indigenous DRDO developed radar is configured on 4 high mobility vehicles and is transportable by road, rail and air. Ashwini has successfully completed the extensive user trials by Indian Air Force.
And now the BSF marching contingent, colorfully dressed contingent, red turbans and golden black turra. They march on now towards the saluting base, and at this point in the Rajpath, the sun has peeked out of the clouds, adding to the cheer as the BSF brass band approaches, playing the tune De Shiva Var Mohe, Var Mohe. Inspector Pankaj M. Rawal leading.
Most of the music of the band inspires us with their Veer Ras music to be ready for the war.
And what a sight next up, Anuja. And just look at the crowd, and all the cell phones have come out and they're all trying to shoot. This is the BSF Camel Regiment, and the Camel Regiment is all dressed in the ethnic best of the region that they are from. That is Rajasthan and the Ran of Kutch. The soldiers themselves in regal uniform, colorful turbans,
and the camels also are decorated beautifully in
absolutely. This is a
saffron.
stunning riot of colors and beauty. And it seems that these camels are selected at the age of 5 after formal inspection, and they serve the force for over 15 years.
And it may surprise many to know that there are over 75 different dress items that are necessary to ceremonially dress the camels and the riders of the BSF.
Wonderful.
And we can see them elegantly dressed up on the Rajpath today.
The camel band now, the BSF camel band. And this, it seems, is the only band of its kind in the world. Leading these bandsmen is Bandmaster Sub-Inspector Bodhraj. Hum hai Seema Suraksha Bal. This band is a permanent feature in desert and Marwar festivals, and definitely the reason is very clear, because they add so much color and such lovely tunes to the entire function. And now with a slight gap here, coming up is the Indian Coast Guard marching contingent to my left, dressed in navy blue with white anklets and white cloth running from their shoulder to the waist, with white peacaps. A smart display indeed. Welcome Manoj, who has joined us now back from the India Gate.
Thank you, Sanjeev. And indeed, a relief of sorts from colors, as this is the turn of black and white. The Indian Coast Guard marching contingent, as Sanjeev is telling you, and keeping with its motto, Vayam Rakshamaha, we protect. The contingent marches smartly, crossing the saluting base. And again there's a riot of colors. Reds, blue and yellows with gleaming brass instruments. Visible are the horns, the tubas, the trombones, the saxophones.
The Sashastra Seema Bal Brass Band, commanded by Inspector Ganesh Dutt Pandey.
जोश भरा है सीने में हथेलियों पर जान, हम हैं सशस्त्र सीमा बल.
And close to them, the Sashastra Seema Bal marching contingent. This is the parade contingent, again a riot of colors of khaki, white and turbans with lovely golden turras. It's an amazing sight. Truly a treat for all the eyes that are focused right now on what's passing down the Rajpath. The motto of the Sashastra Seema Bal is service, security and brotherhood. Close to them is the Indo-Tibetan border police brass band, now slowly approaching us. Again, lovely colors of green and gold, with interesting turbans and turras that are again saffron and gold borders. And of course that tune everybody can recognize. Bandmaster Inspector Divakar Prasad.
And now, this is a unique color combination. Along with the khakis and golds, there's a riot of orange. This is the Indo-Tibetan Border Police marching contingent, the Indo-Tibetan Border Police marching contingent. You just heard their war cry. Assistant Commandant Ajay Deshmukh leads it with a smart salute to the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces.
They guard the Himalayan border from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. ITBP has been at the forefront of adventure activities. They've scaled 208 peaks in the Indian Himalayas and abroad, including Mount Everest. Delhi Police Band now playing the Delhi Police song led by Bandmaster Sub-Inspector Rajinder Singh. Bright, wearing blue and white on top.
And now comes the contingent. You can hear them on your radio set. This is the much-awaited Delhi Police marching contingent, marching smartly to smart 80 Punja Road, their khaki trousers, dark Angola shirts, gold and red headgear.
Incidentally, Manoj, they have been the best marching contingent 14 times. No doubt.
Indeed, Shanti, Seva or Nyay, that is the motto of the Delhi Police. Following them is a bunch of youngsters, it is a batch of youngsters, the National Cadet Corps Boys NCC Band, Kadam Kadam Badhaye Ja.
Making the way on Rajput is NCC Boys Band. Combined brass band comprises 9 cadets.
Senior Under Officer Pavan Singh Pakola leads this band.
These are 90 cadets from Sindel School, Gwalia, Sainik School, Kabutala. And the marching contingent now, the NCC Senior Boys Division, passing us by right next to the saluting days now. 147 young cadets marching.
With commitment to character
NCC
and
is at the
community
forefront of our
development,
nation building
leadership
through its
and
youth
adventure.
power.
The NCC has
This is
approximately
girl power unleashed on Rajpath. Senior Under Officer Muskan Agrawal leads the girls NCC band. Again, the ever familiar tune, Sare Jahan Se Acha Hindustan Hamara. It's a sight to behold. Young girls holding instruments like the horn, the tuba, the saxophone, the clarinet, the trumpet.
Absolutely lovely with their beautiful outfits and red berets with a feather. Following close is the Senior Division NCC Girls Marching Contingent.
Senior Under Officer Pooja Nikam proudly leading the NCC contingent consisting of 147 senior wing cadets girls
Wearing green berets with a red feather pointing skyward, khaki
These
trousers
have excelled in
and
various
deep
adventure activities like mountaineering, rafting and paragliding.
sweaters, arms
The
swinging
Senior Division NCC
in
girls
unison
marching contingent, ladies and gentlemen.
as they pass the saluting days.
And here they come, the much-awaited massed pipes and drums band. Reminds one of that special evening when the beating retreat happens at Vijay Chowk. Subedar Major Ashwini Kumar, Subedar Major Nam Bahadur Gurung and Subedar Basavraj with 152 musicians. The massed pipes and drums band is playing the tune Keshariya Bana. Brass pipes and drums band. Their weight movements give way to a rather significant. This is the National Service Scheme marching contingent led by Anupriya Dhiman of Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar, dressed in grey, white and black.
And it's first ever now, the tableau of Akashvani, All India Radio, showcasing its historic journey of more than 8 decades in the domain of public service, promotion and preservation of socio-cultural and linguistic heritage of the country and its contemporary role. Portrays a diverse population listening to All India Radio and popular programs. Seated in front is Mahatma Gandhi, who made his maiden and only broadcast through All India Radio on 12th November 1947.
आज है शक संवत 1939 के माघ मास की छठी तिथि, तदनुसार शुक्रवार 26 जनवरी 2018। आप सबको राष्ट्रीय पर्व गणतंत्र दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
Akashvani radio that radiates hope.
And now is the time for the different tableaus. The second in the line is the Ministry of External Affairs tableau, ASEAN Education and Trade. The rear portion of the tableau portrays the Bali Jatra, India's historical and civilizational links with ASEAN countries, which were forged through maritime voyages. The front portion depicts the ancient Nalanda University, which was a world-renowned center for learning and Buddhist studies. Following the MEA tableau now, it's time for another MEA tableau. This is ASEAN Culture and Religion. Buddhist monks exchange visits between India and Southeast Asia, which is depicted in this tableau. The front portion of the tableau portrays the Mahabodhi temple and the Bodhi tree at Bodh Gaya, where Gautam Buddha attained enlightenment.
The accompanying element on ground shows couples wearing traditional attire of the 10 ASEAN countries. As they proceed further towards India Gate, we are looking towards the left and we see the tableau from the state of Karnataka. With a fifth of its landmass covered by forest, Karnataka is truly endowed with nature's bounty, which is vividly brought to life in this tableau. Home to 5 national parks, the state has a record number of 408, or around 70% of tigers in the country. The entire tableau symbolically depicts the state's rich and diverse forest wealth as well as flora and fauna. We can see a few macaques in the front of the tableau, and there are wild dogs, bison, leopard, kingfisher are also shown here, a herd of elephants, and it is completed with a swoop of cranes nesting on a bamboo grove, making up the visual spectacle. A beautiful sight here with elephants over the top of the tableau.
And Karnataka gives way to another beautiful tableau from Madhya Pradesh featuring Sachi, the eminent Buddhist center. The front of the tableau depicts Buddha sitting in meditation under the Bodhi tree with 4 of his disciples, and the rear part shows the Great Stupa and its entrance gates. On the entrance of the Great Stupa are carved the scenes depicting stories, jataks, and a statue of Emperor Ashoka. Let the music tell you something about the entire story.
After the tableau from Madhya Pradesh, there comes the tableau from the state of Tripura. From times immemorial, Tripura has carved out a name for itself in the field of handicrafts, and the tableau here rightly is a combination of beauty, elegance and exquisite designs in bamboo.
Gifted artisans of the state produce wonderful objects of
Cane and bamboo handicrafts of Tripura are acknowledged to be amongst the best in the country due to their beauty, elegance and exquisite designs. On the tableau is seen the artisans making such handicrafts.
India is a land of beautiful contrasts. Tripura gives way to the hills of Uttarakhand. On the front side of the tableau, women folk attired in traditional dresses are shown welcoming tourists. Some wooden handicrafts and designs are also displayed. The middle of the tableau showcases women presenting the traditional dance along with biodiversities of the state and the tourists.
And from the left comes another tableau which is from the northernmost state of India. Its design highlights the delicate and detailed Pahari miniatures from Barsoli in the Kathua district of Jammu and Kashmir, which is situated on the northern bank of river Ravi amidst uneven lofty hills of the Shivaliks. They are moving forward and Kani shawls are seen being woven by the weavers here. Kashmir has always been famous for their Pashmina shawls. The dancers in typical Kashmiri attire dancing to the folk tune of Kashmir.
And from Jammu and Kashmir to the western state of Maharashtra, this particular tableau, a very beautifully done tableau, depicts the coronation of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj.
He was coronated on 6
To
June
quote a
1974.
historian, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was not simply a creator of the Maratha nation, but he was the most constructive and gifted personalities of medieval India. Court scenes from Shivaji's court life have been amply depicted here, very exquisitely done, with his ministers, with his advisors.
And as the tableau of Maharashtra goes a little forward,
Let us now take
it gives
you to
way
the island of
to the
Joy,
tableau
Lakshadweep.
from
This tableau
Lakshadweep.
highlights the unique local
This
culture
tableau
of
highlights
people.
the unique local culture of the people of Lakshadweep and the potential of fishing and its significance as a sustainable industry for the Union Territory. The gorgeous Lakshadweep Islands, located across the western coast of the country, far out in the Arabian Sea, are a chain of beautiful coral atolls and lagoons that are blessed with glistening azure waters.
The Lakshadweep almost 3D effect of water in blue passes us by. We can see Chhattisgarh's tableau showcasing the country's ancient amphitheatre situated on the hills of Ramgarh in Chhattisgarh's Sarguja district. The front of the tableau presenting the poet Kalidas penning down Meghadutam. Beautiful dance presented featuring Meghadutam, the lyrical poem.
And the next tableau we can see in front of our eyes is the tableau from Kerala, which is depicting both Ketukaja and Ochirakalli in one structure. It exhibits horses, bulls, chariots, also known as Nidumkuthira, shaped structure with the face of horse, symbolizing the valor and power of the then rulers. Two effigies of bulls right in front of the tableau, the dummies of elegant bulls, along with accompaniments following it. In the lower portion of the tableau, the arena reflecting the martial arts tradition in wet paddy fields are the main attraction of the procession, which depicts their cultural heritage.
Slowly in now is traditional masks of the Satras from the state of Assam. The craft of mask making, introduced in the 15th century by Mahapurush Srimanta Shankaradeva, the great saint, scholar, poet, social and religious reformer of Assam. A beautiful performance here depicting in the tableau is a Bhawnal, the theatre on the subject Sitaharan Balibad by artists wearing masks resembling the characters.
Hamo Lankadhipati Ravana Nistejano Mohura Hava Virahi Bhamandale Arinai Jani Ibara Havo Vishwavakalagi Shallahu Shallahu.
So you just heard the evil laughter of Ravan during Sitaharan. And now in front of our eyes we can see the Punjab government tableau.
And now from Punjab, Sangat
And the design is a creative depiction of Sangat and Pangat, that is a common mode of obeisance and community social service, which was instituted by the first Sikh Guru, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. The Punjab tableau depicts the grandeur of Sangat and Pangat. It showcases a larger-than-life statue of a Sikh preparing community meal, which is the langar, to feed all the people on one platform, irrespective of their caste, creed and color, to depict the Seva Bhav as the integral part of Sangat and Pangat.
को भाने हाय ना को बैरी नहीं बेगाना ना को बैरी ना को बैरी ना को बैरी.
And from the neighboring state of Punjab to their neighbors, that is Himachal Pradesh, they are depicting the Khai monastery. This is the largest and 1,000-year-old monastery in Spiti Valley, known as Khai. Khai Gompa, a British monastery, was established in the 11th century and is known for ancient Buddhist scrolls, paintings, murals, rare tankas and manuscript collection. The front of the tableau, statue of Buddha in meditation.
And next, it gives way to the tableau from Manipur. The Khamba and Thoibi dance is displayed in the middle part of the trailer along with the Papal, the symbol of the ancestral deity seen at the rear. One of the most popular folklore of the state of Manipur is the story of Khamba and Thoibi, which is primarily a tale of youthful love. This is shown in this tableau here, and the dancers dancing to the Manipuri folk song, and also showing some Malikam steps over the tableau.
Wonderful traditional attire too on display, as well as dance and music. And slowly moving towards the saluting dais now is the Gujarat tableau, marking 100 years of the Sabarmati Ashram.
2017 marks the completion of 100 years of the Sabarmati Ashram, and it is being celebrated with special love by the nation. Sabarmati Ashram was established by the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, in 1917.
Sabarmati Ashram was established by father of
Gandhiji promoted the use of local cloth khadi, which he made by using the charkha, which is shown in the front portion of the tableau.
Gandhiji's favorite bhajan, Vaishnava Janato, and below him to the right, the three monkeys. And various scenes from Mahatma Gandhi's life, including the Salt Satyagraha March, etc., being depicted in a colorful way. The tableau of Gujarat down the Rajpath on this year's Republic Day celebrations.
And the next tableau coming in front of us is a tableau depicting the gallant services and valor of the ITBP, Indo-Tibetan Border Police. The front part showcases two ITBP soldiers patrolling on a snow scooter to depict the key role of ITBP in securing the Indo-China frontier. It also depicts ITBP as a specialized mountain warfare force.
Fantastic, really. The ice-capped mountains very well depicted, as well as the ice scooter on which two of the soldiers are zipping down.
सेनानी हम सच्चे हिंदुस्तानी
Indeed a great song, Sarhad Ke Senani.
And the rare part of the tableau shows the unfurling of the Indian flag on a snow-capped peak, while some personnel are shown patrolling on a snowy range.
The Ministry of Tribal Affairs with a tableau now. The tableau showcases a landmark scheme for minor forest produce sector. And it's all about minimum support price and value addition for minor forest produce. Uchit Dam, Hak Se Mang. Front part of the tableau presents the image of a traditional tribal woman selling at a hard bazaar, signifying the importance of MFP, that is minor forest produce. And a lovely tribal tune there. The rare portion showing the next level of value addition plan through Laghu, Vanopaj, Prasanskaran Kendras. Also the Tribes India outlets signifying creation of marketing opportunity for tribal handlooms, handicrafts through outlets, e-commerce, etc. in national and international markets.
And giving way to this is the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports tableau to promote awareness about the flagship program of Department of Sports, Government of India, namely Khelo India. The theme of the tableau is based on the essence of Khelo India program, and there we can hear the clapping from the crowd, encouraging the players who are showing boxing in the boxing ring.
Yes, and there's a circulating globe where the person in a statue painted in gold of an archer shooting up to the sky. Khelo India.
चाहे लिखना पढ़ना हो जीवन में कुछ करना हो खेलों की है जो भावना पूरी करती हर कामना अब हर मैदान हमारा है हर खेल में है जीतना.
And the sides of the tableau featuring are sports celebrities who have reached the peak in their disciplines. One sportsperson doing different types of sports on that tableau as it goes forward towards the India Gate.
The Indian Council of Agricultural Research coming up next, as a nice sunshine is here on the Rajpath, keeping all those seated in the cold happy. The Indian Council of Agricultural Research displays the integrated farming system model in its tableau. IFS is a judicious mix of two or more agri-enterprises. And the middle of the tableau has a dance.
That is the typical Bihu dance from Assam.
Correct.
It is always the farmers' hard work which bears the fruit in the harvesting season. And they are expressing their happiness by celebration with folk songs and dances atop this tableau.
And on the front is a soil health lab with a lab technician working on various types of testing. Indeed, nicely done. The Income Tax Department. That's the next tableau I can see, quite in blue.
Message of clean money. Next tableau rolling in is of Income Tax.
This is another first from the Income Tax Department. Income tax is one of the major sources of revenue of the central government, contributing about 50% of the total tax revenue. The front part of the tableau shows the collective support of the people of India to the clean money drive. The middle part depicts that possession of unaccounted wealth only brings mental stress and anxiety. True and full disclosure of income is essential in order to live a carefree life.
And the side of the tableau has a check which is written, every taxpayer is a nation builder.
अब अपनी शान बनाओ, हेरा फेरी करके ना बाद में पछताओ, आओ बढ़े हम आगे अपने देश के साथ.
And the tableau also highlights the taxpayer-friendly approach of the department, where the honest taxpayer has nothing to fear.
And now, a fully floral tableau of the Central Public Works Department depicting one of India's biggest festivals, the Festival of Lights, Deepavali.
Beautifully done in maroon and yellow, giving the golden hue to the whole tableau.
And a rangoli around the traditional lamp that's lit, all floral. Definitely a very wonderful sight here.
A viewer's delight indeed. And few of ladies lighting the lamp and making rangoli, and there we see the crowd clapping and cheering, the applauding for the little heroes on the decorated jeeps. These children have been honored with the National Bravery Awards for showing exemplary courage and presence of mind.
हमारे राष्ट्रीय बहादुरी पुरस्कार विजेता वीर बच्चों का दूसरों के
7 girls and 11 boys. 3 of the awards have been given posthumously.
स्वर्गीय नेत्रावती पर, कर्णवीर सिंह पर और ऐसे जाबाज नन्हे सिपाहियों पर जो तूफान से
Bharat Award, Geeta Chopra Award, the Sanjay Chopra Award, Bapu Gaidhani Award, and the other award winners' names are Kumari Lokram Rajeshwar Chanu, Master F, Lachandama of Mizoram, and several other names.
They're all passing by the saluting days in decorated jeep. And here comes the dancing cultural pageant starts now. 155 students of Sarvodaya Kanya Vidyalaya all set to come in front of the saluting days, going to present a dance on the song Bharat Ke Rang. The song is dedicated to the honorable dignitaries and representatives of the various countries present here on the occasion of the Republic Day. Through the folk dances of 5 Indian states, namely Haryana, Punjab, Gujarat, Maharashtra and West Bengal, the students of Sarvodaya Kanya Vidyalaya, Jahangirpuri, Delhi have endeavored to represent the multifaceted, varied and enigmatic cultural heritage of India. They're all ready just to start the music, and here they come running towards the saluting days for the dance to start.
The entire group comprises folk dances of 5 Indian states: Haryana, Punjab, Gujarat, Maharashtra and West Bengal. Dressed in multicolored costumes, in shining silks, they break away into a vigorous dance here. And a loud round of applause for a fantastic Mexican wave being performed by these children.
This dance not only showcases the geographical and cultural diversity of India, but also gives the message of universal love and brotherhood.
Circular movements with mini human pyramids, and then again regrouping in front of the chief guests present here. To another loud round of applause, they march away, giving way to the Mount Abu Public School from Sector 5, Rohini, New Delhi. And they'll be celebrating the joy of 25 years of the ASEAN-India partnership. Very colorfully dressed children in different costumes.
They're all dressed in traditional costumes of the 10 ASEAN countries, Manoj, and along with a sprinkling of like multi-hued Indian attire in between. And at the back, the boys also holding flags of the 10 ASEAN countries. And they're all ready to dance to a specially composed piece that is based on a music fusion. Through their dance, which celebrates the close cultural and civilizational links between India and ASEAN, these students will depict the true spirit of unity, harmony and brotherhood.
Fluttering high in the breeze are the flags of all ASEAN nations along with the national tricolor of India.
Let's listen to this fusion music.
Slight oriental touch reaching your radio sets. As Anuja told you, this is fusion music, a mix of Indian with an element of the Oriental, which is in sync with the spirit of the occasion here, with the heads of state of ASEAN countries being the chief guests.
I love those twirling and twisting of the typical traditional Vietnamese umbrella here, Manoj. These colorful umbrellas are adding the charm of this dance. Slowly all the dancers moving forward after performance at the saluting days here.
Winning the hearts of the spectators here, the smart young group marches away towards India Gate. And now a bit of central India, as the South Central Zone Cultural Centre Nagpur is going to perform the Baredi folk dance, which is related to the cattle farm culture of the Bundelkhand region in Madhya Pradesh. Young boys wearing white dhotis, yellow kurtas, blue jackets and red turbans, holding peacock feathers in their hands, break into a dance here. In front of the group of 5 bullocks, with a cattle herdsman trying to control them, which is a hilarious sight. The Baredi dance is generally performed during the fortnight commencing from Deepavali, that is Kartik Amavasya, to Kartik Purnima. A certain martial element attached to the entire dance form, with vigorous leg movements, the tempo changes. The bullock starts dancing. In 3 corners there are human pyramids.
they're all dancing on the theme of worship of Govardhan Parvat, and it is believed that Lord Krishna himself participated in these Baredi dances along with his mates. So, and in fact one of the performers is also singing along with them, in fact.
To a round of applause, naturally, the group from the South Central Zone Cultural Center Nagpur now moves away
and giving way to the Northeast Zone Cultural Center from Dimapur. They will be performing the Sangrai dance, which is usually performed by the Moog tribal community on the occasion of the Sangrai festival during the month of Chaitra, which is in April, which is the last month of the Bengali calendar year. We are waiting. The dancers are all ready for the music to start.
It's a riot of silk umbrellas, and the colors are so vibrant: reds, greens, oranges, violets, turquoise blues.
And the festival they are depicting goes on for 3 days in the state.
150 children rotating and revolving their umbrellas, greeting the chief guests now.
Sangre sangre ngo sangre kong yao punjara kya ke me peyao chwengo yang ke me pura shama tang ke me prisura salumya go dana pru ke me prisura salumya go dana pru ke me. Nei sa yu ge me rit groi groi la ro ge me jangre jo chi kha ge me pura gori khyo ge me mila mong la chulo pong lo ri je ke pa me mila mong la chulo pong lo ri je ke pa me.
So these are the 150 bright and enthusiastic students of Northeast Zone Cultural Center, Dimapur, performing the typical Sangrai dance of their state.
With the sun shining brightly, 150 umbrellas creating a dazzling effect here in front of the chief guests. Having performed, they move on and now give way to students of 155 students from the Oxford Foundation School, Nazafgarh, New Delhi. Shikshit Bharat, Sashakt Bharat. An educated India would be an empowered India. They're dressed rather formally with dark green dhotis and a shade of orange, which can be used to describe the color of their kurtas, with orange caps. They pick up tempo as the music goes on. They're telling us how education is playing a vital role in empowering our nation, which is on the way to emerge as a world leader with the power of knowledge and education. The group has been divided into subgroups of different shapes now. And the movements are different, but the aim is one: empowering India through education. Raising their hands in determination, they cross the saluting days here, and to a round of applause from everyone present here, they move away towards India Gate. And like it happens every year, Rajpath is about to witness something very, very spectacular that is much awaited every year when the Republic Day parade is held here, which is at the culmination of the cultural pageants. All eyes turn towards Rashtrapati Bhavan, A on Rajpath and B towards the sky. The first, as I see Anuja craning her neck towards the left to get the best view, this is the Daredevils on wheels, and she'll tell you how different it is this time.
Thank you, Manoj, and I'm really feeling honored to cover this Republic Day here. As you said, it is going to be another first for women BSF bikers to make history with debut on Republic Day. Here comes the team captain of the Seema Bhavani Sub-Inspector Stanzin Naryang, leading the Daredevil women motorcycle riders of the BSF. In the pose of Seema Prahari salute, she smartly salutes the President. Lady Constables Bobby Rabha and Suman Sutradhar are seen balancing themselves on a single motorcycle in the form of fish while speeding down the Rajpath. Here they go, past the saluting days. And next again my eyes goes to the right. Lady Constable Kumudni Topo is seen balancing herself on her motorcycle with her laptop and communication setup, displaying the Digital India message. And I can see the crowd waving them, cheering them. A beautiful, great sight here at Rajpath. Next will be, I can see Lady Constables Sumita Sikdar and Saraswati Lama balancing themselves precariously yet with supreme confidence atop their motorcycle, truly signifying women power here at Rajpath. And they have the Indian national flag fluttering on their shoulder. Balancing themselves on a single motorcycle and displaying amazing concentration and balance comes the team of women motorcycle riders led by Lady Constables Ranjana Taram and Pushpa Yadav. Displaying the message of peace and universal brotherhood are coming towards us. The four riders balancing themselves on a motorcycle while speeding down in front of us. And there, Lady Constables Reshu Balian and Baljit Kaur are finally balancing themselves on a single motorcycle in a bullfighting pose. What a balance! Confidence on oneself and each other along with a high level of coordination is on display here in this peacock formation. Comprising 6 Seema Bhavanis, this formation is led by Lady Constable K.M. Shinu, dressed in all peacock colors. And displaying a perfect example of mutual cooperation, coordination and self-confidence are these 7 motorcycle riders speeding down the Rajpath. They are making the Saptarishi formation. And another set of 30 Seema Bhavanis on 5 motorcycles are speeding down the Rajpath in perfect coordination, displaying a bouquet of lotus flowers. The formation is led by Lady Constables Vijeta Bhalerao, Bhagyashree, Shobna Chaudhary, Mandeep Kaur and R.P. Pankra. 7 motorcycle riders on a single motorcycle are imitating a windmill. This windmill formation is being led by Lady Constable Rajvinder Kaur, passing through the saluting days, going towards the India Gate. And yes, here comes the 8 Seema Bhavanis equipped with tale-of-the-art weapons and equipment, putting on a remarkable display here while speeding down the Rajpath, deftly balancing themselves on their motorcycles. There they go by. And following them, 4 Seema Bhavanis led by Lady Constable Jaswinder Kaur are seen here displaying their antics atop their motorcycles on Rajpath. Enemy beware, border personnel are always alert and ready is the message of the display this mission. Now speeding down the Rajpath are 4 Seema Bhavanis on a single motorcycle, showcasing the strict vigil by the border personnel at the borders. And now coming in front of us is the grand finale wherein 29 Seema Bhavanis deftly balancing themselves on 7 motorcycles, creating a human pyramid. Proudly carrying the national flag, they shout the war cry Bharat Mata Ki Jai as they pass in front of the dais. The formation is led by Lady Sub-Inspector Ram Pyari Kinchi.
Thank you, Anuja, for that wonderful description, that energizing description of the daredevilry on wheels. And it was a group of women, the Seema Bhavanis, who performed it this time for the first time. And now all eyes at Rajpath look up, and we have Sanjeev perched on the rooftop to give you an eyewitness account of the breathtaking flypast that is about to take place. It's over to Sanjeev.
Thank you, Manoj. Yes, indeed, this is the moment which everybody awaits, which is the culmination of the parade ceremony on any Republic Day. The Indian Air Force presenting a stupendous fly past, and I will attempt to describe to you all that happens now. In a short while from now, it will be the beginning with the Rudra formation, and the sounds can be heard, but yet to see the 3 ALH Mk4 WSI helicopters in wick formation. These are highly maneuverable helicopters and can carry armament and other specialist equipment. They are flying by us at the speed of 180 kilometers per hour, led by Wing Commander Abhishek Shukla. And along with them is Wing Commander A. Kulkarni and Wing Commander Deepak Vishnoi. And following that is the Hercules. The Hercules formation comprises of 3 130J Super Hercules aircraft in wick formation. The Hercules was inducted into the Indian Air Force in 2011, and the Super Hercules is a very versatile tactical transport aircraft optimized for special operations and has gained fame for its high altitude operations. And everybody standing up on their seats, craning towards the sky to get a glimpse of this Hercules formation that's coming to us, flying at the height of 300 meters above the ground at a speed of 300 kilometers per hour. Wing Commander Mandeep Chahal and Wing Commander Shishir Sukant. Indeed, excitement mounting here as it gets faster and faster from here. Coming up is now the Netra. This is the eye in the sky, an airborne early warning and control system aircraft with state-of-the-art early warning radar and a host of advanced electronic warfare equipment, all indigenously designed and developed by the DRDO, led by the Center for Airborne Systems, Bengaluru. And here it comes. The Su-30 MKI flanked by flying it as Group Captain Pradeep Batra and Group Captain Sumit Garg and Wing Commander as Bhatt. And now the Globe formation is coming up next, comprising a C-17 Globemaster flanked by 2 Su-30 MKIs. The C-17 is a heavy-lift, long-range strategic aircraft. It was inducted into the Indian Air Force in 2014. And ladies and gentlemen, here it comes. It's being flown by Group Captain Udin Kumar and Wing Commander P. Santra. The C-17 is captained by Group Captain K. Ramarao. Tearing through the sky. You can hear that roar, ladies and gentlemen. And right behind it will be the Globe formation. I beg your pardon, the Tejas formation will be coming up now. At a height of 300 meters and a speed of 780 kilometers per hour. This squadron is one of the finest and most battle-hardened combat units of the Indian Air Force. Their motto in English translates to unconquerable in the skies. The warriors of this unit are ever ready to safeguard the Indian skies. So this will be the Tejas formation, led by Group Captain Madhav Rangachari, and flying in formation are Wing Commander S. Thankar and Wing Commander M. Toani. There they go! What a roll! Gone in a fraction of a second. It's gone. And coming up, more excitement. 5 Jaguar deep penetration strike aircraft in arrowhead formation at a height of 300 meters and a speed of 780 kilometers per hour. True to its name, the Jaguar aircraft is used to carry out deadly and accurate strikes deep into the enemy territory. The formation is led by Wing Commander Parijat Saurabh. The other members of the formation are Wing Commander K. Bharat, Wing Commander M. K. Singh. There it is! Stupendous, majestic, awe-inspiring. Truly, such are the moments that people have been taking so much time to come here to witness. Definitely great. And some more action. Now it will be the Fulcrum. 5 MiG-29 upgrade air superiority fighters in arrowhead formation. Led by Group Captain Tushar Vaidya. The members of the formation are Wing Commander Ankur Mathur, Wing Commander C. Suresh. And there they go. And this gets better and better. Now it's 3 state-of-the-art Su-30 MKIs of the Indian Air Force executing the Trishul maneuver in front of us. The aircrafts come over us. The 3 aircrafts will split upwards, making a Trishul in the sky. The formation is led by Group Captain Prashant Agnihotri, and the captains of the other 2 aircraft are Wing Commander Amit Sharma and Wing Commander T. Shanamukha. And here they come. Right above us. They ascend. And split up. What a sight indeed here. What a sight. The crowd cheering them. And of course, now, the icing. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be a lone Su-30 MKI flying at a speed of 900 kilometers per hour, splitting the sky with what is called a vertical Charlie. Touching the sky with the glory, a befitting salute to the motto of the Indian Air Force, Nabha Sparsha. Unbelievable.
And going up and up and up, and finally disappearing in the blue yonder.
That was piloted by Group Captain Harpreet Luthra, ladies and gentlemen. And now, with that over, and the thunder still roaring in the sky, and everybody still straining to get a glimpse of it, I hand it back to the saluting base.
Thank you, Sanjeev, for that brilliant eyewitness account of the breathtaking daredevilry on wings. What a befitting salute to the motto of the Indian Air Force, Nabhasparsham Deeptam. Well, that brings us to the concluding segment of the majestic 69th Republic Day Parade and the colourful cultural pageant here at Rajpath. And what a magnificent spectacle it has been for all of us. Commencing with grateful, moist moments at Amar Jawan Jyoti, moving on to a spectacular display of India's military capabilities and brilliant cultural diversity, culminating with the awesome daredevil motorcycle acrobatics and fly past. For everyone present here, including the chief guest and other dignitaries, these are rare moments to savor and cherish and know a lot more about India absolutely first-hand. This has been a glorious opportunity to have a real glimpse at India's commitment towards security and prosperity. Besides celebrating a rich, colourful, vibrant cultural diversity on a platform of unity, oneness and togetherness. A perfect point to ponder over and renew our pledge to add to the strength and beauty of this unique land, Bharat, Hind, India, and let the world stand up and take notice of the marvels of her people. Time now for tricolour balloons representing the soaring spirit of Indians to be released in the sky in a short while from now. And for the splendid men and mounts of the President Bodyguard to reassemble for the national salute, flank the presidential motorcade and escort the Honourable President and of course the chief guests back to Rashtrapati Bhavan. This has been a historic, very, very special occasion, which is very evident in the spectators' eyes, who are full of awe and wonder at the proceedings.
Yes, Manoj, there can be no better way to describe today's India than as an informed, sensitive and supremely aware nation. A nation in which each one of us must play our part and take pride in taking this great country to greater heights. One nation, one vision, one identity. No nation is perfect. It needs to be made perfect. At this moment, the immortal lines by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore comes to my mind. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. And there we can see the president's bodyguard coming to take the president back to the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
And they're lining on the left side of the Rajpath, again on the same exact same position. They have turned around and are facing the saluting days. And the national anthem will play now. And above the skies now we can see 3 balloons have been released and another 3 are being released, trailing down with the national tricolors fluttering, as well as balloons are now being released in white, green and orange, making it a wonderful sight which everybody is looking towards. And motorcades are beginning to arrive along the saluting days, the alighting area. The President of India will be the first to depart as per the protocol. His motorcade has now stopped in front of the alighting area. And the balloons meanwhile creating a wonderful sight there, with many more being released as I speak. Balloons and the tricolors trailing them, leading high up in the sky, symbolic of the glory that India will achieve in the years to come. And the tricolor too fluttering as the Prime Minister has now also alighting and going down the stairs, waving to the crowds that are also craning and trying to catch his eyes, so to speak. And slowly the other dignitaries too waving to the crowd as they step down after a wonderful celebration here at the Rajpath today, the 26th of January 2018. A nice sunshine here, which was earlier this morning quite foggy and cloudy. And the President now, being led by his two bodyguards, moves slowly towards his car, the Prime Minister behind waving, and the Vice President too in his traditional attire with his wife alongside him. And now the Prime Minister shaking hands with the President, the Honorable President, as well as the Honorable Vice President. He steps into his car to leave. The crowds seem to be all pushing towards the VIP days area right in front of us, I guess trying to get a glimpse or take pictures of this memorable event, and they participating in it. And the cavalry led are now leading the motorcade carrying the President back to the Rashtrapati Bhavan. A wonderful sight, the President's bodyguard mounted in red tunic coats and lovely headgear. More of the motorcade now, following the President's motorcade. The Republic Day Parade was the first of many kinds, and as we know, the 10 heads of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, were guests of honor. There were 23 floats on display, and 14 were representing different states and union territories. The rest were ministries and departments of the Government of India, including the first by All India Radio. And I can proudly say that it led the entire tableau part of this year's celebrations. We also saw some great visual treat by the children out here. They did a marvelous job here, and it was truly enthralling, as Anuja and Manoj spoke about it earlier as it happened. And some of our weapon systems that were on display were marvelous. as well as the all-women bikers, daredevils. It was true daredevilry that was in action here at the Rajpath, and definitely enthralling.
And here the Vice President also waiting for his motorcade to arrive.
And slowly the heads of the ASEAN countries are also beginning to descend, shaking hands with the chiefs of the defense forces that are standing to see them off. The Prime Minister himself seeing the guests off. This is the Sultan of Brunei, who is now having a word with the Prime Minister before he departs. The crowd still milling around the VIP area to get a glimpse of the dignitaries. It's been a beautiful dais that has bedecked fully with flowers, flowers and more flowers, roses in red and white and so many other colors, the color yellow. And now the Defense Minister again shaking hands with another guest from the ASEAN region. That was the Indonesian President, Mr. Joko Widodo, departing.
One by one, the dignitaries are leaving.
Yes, and waiting behind is Aung San Suu Kyi, the State Councillor of Myanmar, having a word with another member of the ASEAN nation there. It's been a great 2.5 hours out here. We witnessed some amazing parade, music bands and tableau. And at this point I'd like to thank our technical advisors and the team consisting of Shri Ajay Kumar Srivastav, Shri V.K. Kharbanda, Shri Balkishan, Shri R.K. Sharma, Srimati Sadhna, Arun Kumar, Vivek Kumar, V.K. Sugathan, Neeraj Tirke, Subrata Malik, Ashok Kumar, Hemchand, S.D. Thyani. And as the crowds are beginning to leave also, and the dignitaries still, the Prime Minister of Cambodia is now starting to leave, and the Prime Minister himself seeing him off.
Seen off by the Vice President and the Prime Minister.
And the Prime Minister now seeing off another head of state from the ASEAN countries.
We're now getting ready to see off our next guest. His Excellency Lee Hsien Loong, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore.
हमारे मुख्य अतिथि महोदय सिंगापुर गणराज्य के प्रधानमंत्री महामहिम श्री ली सिएन लॉन्ग प्रस्थान कर रहे हैं.
Chief Councillor of Myanmar, followed by other guests from the ASEAN nations. Crowds now trying to get the best photographs.
Our next chief guest, His Excellency Dato Shri Mohammed Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak, the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Today, the President of the 10 heads of state has imparted a different flavor to our association, which has been truly historic.
You were listening to the running commentary of the Republic Day Parade 2018 and the cultural pageant from Rajpath in New Delhi. Our commentators were Manoj Mankar, Sanjeev Barua and Anuja Kumar. This broadcast came to you from the Delhi station of All India Radio.